Chamath Palihapitiya is one of the main investors into Virgin Galactic, and he made already $1 billion on the stock. How much you could make already? Let me know in the comments, and welcome to Virgin Galactic Fridays. So welcome on this beautiful Friday, and as usual I will give you a full blueprint of today's episode. We will talk about the space stock and its performance over the last 7 days since the last Friday, since you watched the last episode of Virgin Galactic Fridays. If you haven't, then click this thumbnail and you will get to the latest episode that was published before this one. Then we will talk about the chart of Virgin Galactic and look if we can discover some trends that the current stock is trading on, because we know that currently we are on the way down, which is a fantastic option to buy more stocks if you are convinced about the company. And then we will dive into the Chamath deal and how much money he could already make on Virgin Galactic. We will look into his fund, we will look into his personal holdings, so this will be quite interesting. Then we will talk about the closing of the public offering of the stocks that was announced at the Q2 earnings that are already completed, and then we will talk about the big institutions that are buying now on the cheap Virgin Galactic stock. What a roller coaster, okay? Since the last Virgin Galactic Fridays episode, the stock moved exactly almost nothing. Though we had a lot of volatility, okay? So let me show you. First, we went about 5% down. Then we went 5% up, or even 6% up. Then we stayed for about, almost 1.5 days. And then we lost about another 5-6%. Then we stayed, lower for a day. And then, on Thursday, as of this recording, we gained 4% of the stock. Well, we are bouncing somewhere in the category of a $4 billion company, and I believe that this is way undervalued what they have in the portfolio, right? Though the overall trend currently since the end of July, you see that it's definitely downwards, and let's see where we can find a temporary bottom. I'm hoping that we can hold these levels for a longer time, or even go lower, as you know, because I want still to go higher in my position of Virgin Galactic. So I'm super excited if you join the ride, and let's dive into the next topic. If this is the unbelievable case of your very first Virgin Galactic episode, well, this is what I do usually on every episode. We are looking into the chart, and then we are looking into some patterns and trends and channels where the stock can actually trade in the next couple of days, weeks, months to go. It's a very, very simple technical analysis, but it's always nice to see what the stock can do. So the last time we discussed a couple of resistance lines. And resistance lines usually, is being created if a stock, bounced off several marks several times, or bounced, either way through this resistance. And then you can see, for example, here, the resistance of around 17. This is not super accurate, but around this levels, you can see that, here the stock bounced off one time and then went further up. And here the same line was also used here by the stock, and also here back in end of May, where it couldn't cross, and then it crossed, and then it went very, very higher levels, even crossed this resistance that is currently here. So as you can see, this is a nice way to see where the stock can go. I guess that we will somewhere, until we have some big news or some very, very driven market to the upper side for a longer time, maybe some kind of sideways development where we can buy the stock still below 20. This would be fantastic over the next couple of weeks and months. Otherwise, once the 20 mark is broken, then it's pretty much possible that the stock go even higher and go here up to 25, 26 levels where we saw the stock just recently as well. The latest where we did the turnaround was here somewhere at 24-ish, right? So this is something, a mark that we should also keep in mind. Otherwise, it's a very, very early stage. It's very much news driven. It's very, very much, how to say, volatile, because it's a growth stock. It's very much aggressive investors that want to make a quick buck, but there's also then people that get scared out of the stock. A lot of big corporations still. This is too young stock yet to be invested heavily. So it's a very interesting game for now. We are very early in this, guys. And what I want to also show you in the indicators here, we can put in some different marks. So I will put you and show you the 50 days moving average. This is the moving average of the stock over the last 50 trading days. As you can see here in purple, it's actually, the stock is bouncing off. So here we saw it twice back in March. So once we crossed it, the stock went up again. Here again, also end of March, and then as we went closer to the 50 moving average, we saw an upside for the stock. This always, need to be considered because of news, guys. Okay, so you cannot take only the technical analysis and you cannot take only news. Is a good mixture of both, but in this case it's more a news driven stock, definitely, because you have to understand that the market in 2020 and beyond is a very much algorithm trading market as well. So definitely there's a lot of computer generated trades inside. Therefore technical analysis is definitely something you should know, and you will also gather this information every single Virgin Galactic Fridays episode. Being a billionaire like Chamath is not only having a lot of money with a number that has at least 9 zeros, but it also brings a lot of opportunity. Whatever these opportunities exactly are, I can tell you just in a couple of years when we reach the $1 billion. If you want to be in a community that is like-minded to become a billionaire, then maybe you should consider to join. Press the join button below all my videos and live streams, and you can be part of the greatest community out there, guys. I promise. And you have the chance to support this channel. You have the chance to be in the Discord chat with us, and you can also have one-on-one with me to discuss stocks, to discuss portfolios, to discuss everything that you need to have to know, to discuss, to be a better investor. So what are you waiting for? Just join today and let's talk about the deal that he did. It was a SPAC, a special acquisition company that Chamath created with his venture capital company Social Capital, and then he made a merger with Virgin Galactic to bring them directly on the stock market and make a public company out of it, right? The IPO price was about $10, and $10 was the IPO price, though you have to understand that, behind the scenes, the big guys are having special deals, like, very special prices on those stocks before IPO. So directly when the IPO is happening, they get a lot of money and so on, but they are obviously obligated to hold the stocks for a couple of years and so on. So it's not like a money-making machine, but it's a money-making machine. So actually you can see that according to this picture here, Chamath is holding about 10 million shares. Okay, this is about, I guess, the $100 million investment that he claims to make personally by his own personal money on the share price of $10. This would be equaling the $100 million. This is the claim that he is having, and I totally believe him that he is putting his own money on the side because he has a huge belief in Virgin Galactic, okay? So let's not complain with our, couple of $1,000s that we investing into Virgin Galactic because he has a lot of more money on the line, all right? On the other side, you can see that about 16 million shares are actually owned by Social Capital. This is about the $500 million investment that I could research that Social Capital did. And this all, let's say it is the price of the initial $10 that equals more than $1 billion already. And it's just the very beginning, guys. If you consider where the stock can go, and we have seen levels in February, and with more flights, with more press, with more Chamaths, with more Branson out there, this stock can very high. As of this Monday, Virgin Galactic announced that they closed the official public common shares offering, which means that the actually bearish sign for many of those investors out there that sold on this news is developing now into a bullish scenario. Let me explain. So first of all, we were all surprised, right? Even me, I didn't know anything about that they want to raise more capital, which I don't think it's negative, but obviously they didn't explain why they use and want to use the money, but I hope there will be some explanation somewhere in the Q3. The company is quite a young public company, so they really need to work on those communications. Now, on the other side, think about it. The stock currently has a certain value. As of this recording, somewhere around $4 billion. Now, the company has already and still more than $300 million in the bank, plus now 460 million minus some minor costs for this institutions that make this offer possible. And then you can see that the stock actually needs to increase also, because the value, if you just consider the $460 million more in the bank, this is actually making the company actually more worth, right? I mean, if the company has $460 million in the bank, then this is absolutely bullish, and they have now a lot of money that they can create some wonderful product, not only in the space tourism sector, but also in the supersonic sector, where they will offer point-to-point travel. I'm super excited what they can offer us in the next couple of weeks of news, what they will do with the money. I would definitely know exactly what I would do with $460 million. I would buy a lot of Virgin Galactic stock. Question. What I have told you, what I will do when the stock go down, exactly. I will buy the dip and I will buy more space stock, because the company is definitely doing some good development in the right direction, and the stock price is cheaper than it was before, and still at 26. I would buy more, so I definitely buy also at 19. This is, something that is very nice if you are right or seeing development in the company, but the stock goes the other way. I think this is always a great opportunity to buy more for cheap. Now, if you haven't done it yet, okay? If you haven't done it yet, well, it seems that, the big corporation of JP Morgan Chase and Co. is watching my vlogs, because they actually, as of the 11th of August, picked up 1.9 million shares of space, which is equivalent to about $31 million of Virgin Galactic shares. Now, I had no idea that they are watching my vlogs, and they are maybe also into my Discord chat, and maybe they are also, members of my community. I don't know. But definitely, I'm super excited, because, if those big guys are buying, then they having definitely some plans with it. And this is, a relatively small investment, but it shows you that there is confidence even between big corporation, institutional investors that are trusting that Virgin Galactic stock will be much more than we can buy it as of now, and therefore I'm super happy. I hope you are super happy.